உரிமை உலகில் அதிகம், உங்களுக்கு கடமையும் உலகில் பெரிது. தர்மம் காத்தாலே கடமை, தர்மம் காக்காதார்க்கு உயிர் வாழும் உரிமை இல்லை. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உத்தமோத்தம பிறவியான சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோரும் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்வின் முதற்கடமை தர்மம் காத்தல். தர்மம் காக்க தர்மம் உங்களை காக்கும். சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்திட்டால் வாழும் உரிமையை நீங்கள் இழந்து விடுகின்றீர்கள். அதற்கு மேல் வாழ்ந்தென்ன அழிந்தென்ன? பூமிக்கு பாரம் குறையட்டும் என்று அசுரர்களும் ராட்சதர்களும் உங்களை உண்டு தீர்க்கின்றார்கள். அதையும் மாயை கண்டு சும்மாவிருப்பாள். பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை, பிறவியின் ரகசியத்தை உலகிற்கெல்லாம் உத்தரமாய்ச் சொல்லிவிட்டேன். புரிந்து வாழ்வில் நடந்து உயிரை பத்திரமாய் பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னை சொல்லும் அருள் சத்தியம் இது. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
Let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelations mapped into English. Listen, Andajam, Yonijam, Jalajam, Bijam, like this in 4 types of births in 84 lakh yonis. And all these births, the most greatest birth of them all is human birth. Even in that human birth, being born and toiled many times, after getting burnt and toiled in politics, in finance, in luxuries, dharma, artha, kama, and those who decide of not wanting this birth, wanting only moksha, only those will have the Hindu Dharma Yonijam, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam of being born to Hindu parents. Human birth is Uttamam, the best, and Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottamam, the best of the best. Everyone who took this Uttamottama birth has the responsibility of protecting the science of living enlightenment and Sanatana Dharma. And also they have the right of experiencing its benefits. This right was given to them because of their commitment given by them to do this responsibility. After coming to Bhuloka, by getting mentally deluded and forgetting the Dharma of protecting Sanatana Dharma, Maya, she is taking away all their souls. Understand carefully, I am giving the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam only for those who gave the commitment of protecting Sanatana Dharma, even by giving their life. After getting the body, because of painful deluge, not dropping fear and greed, for those who forgot to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Maya, she will immediately add them all to the list of those who are not worthy of living. Therefore, Rakshasas and Asuras are automatically taking away their life. Understand properly, by giving their life, they will protect Dharma, will permanently have Virasvarga and Kailasa Padavi. For any reason, people who forgot to protect Dharma, having the Uttamottama birth of no other way for them. Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottama human birth. Your rights in this world are immense. Also, your responsibility in this world is large. Protecting Dharma is responsibility. Those who do not protect Dharma, they do not have the right to live. Understand properly, all those who took the Uttamottama birth, which is Sanatana Hindu birth, all of you understand. The first responsibility of your life is protecting Dharma. If you protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. If you forget to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you lose the right of living. After that, what bothers whether you live or get destroyed? Asuras and Rakshasas will eat you, so that the burden on earth is reduced. Seeing that Maya, she will keep quiet. So now let us understand what is the responsibility of Hindus as revealed by Devi Parashakti. Hinduism represents the world's most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. It is an open framework model of civilization that stands for global peace, vegetarianism, non-violence, yoga, worship of nature, temple-based living, manifesting spiritual powers, and the inherent divinity of every being. The Hindu nations were ecosystems where more and more enlightened beings could be produced, so that enlightened civilization could be kept alive and its great gifts shared with the world. So now let us look at some of the references from Hindu nations from our Hindu scriptures. One of the most famous Hindu nations was the Ramaraja, the Hindu nation ruled by Bhagavan Rama, and it was described in the Valmiki Ramayana. There were no widows to lament, nor there was any danger from wild animals, nor any fear born of diseases. The world was bereft of thieves and robberies. No one felt worthless, nor did old people perform obsequies concerning youngsters. Every creature felt pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue, turning their eyes towards Rama alone. Creatures did not kill one another. Description continues on. People survived for thousands of years with thousands of their progeny, all free of illness and grief. The trees were bearing flowers and fruits regularly without any injury by pests and insects. The clouds were raining in time, and the wind was delightful to the touch. Every caste was performing their own duties, satisfied with their own work and bereft of any greed. People were intent on virtue and lived without telling lies. All people were endowed with excellent characteristics, all true. And another famous Hindu kingdom was the Hastinapur kingdom, ruled by Yudhishthira, and it was described in the Srimad Mahabharata. Devas granted rains to fulfill all wants. The world became free of all diseases. There was no hunger or thirst anywhere. There was no mental suffering. Those without livelihood were given livelihood. There was abundance all around. There were no worldly worries left for anyone, and there was no cause for fear either. Happiness on earth was in fact greater than even in the heavens. And the Hindu nations had so much to contribute to the world in every field, in the field of enlightenment, health, medicine, art, science, technology, aviation, dance and music, clothes and jewelry, social systems, judicial systems, political systems, legal systems. In every field, Hinduism gave a breakthrough. So now let us understand how exactly our Hindu nations were destroyed over the course of 1,000 years. We faced a three-phase attack. Let us look at each of these attacks. The first phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization were the Islamic invasions between 800 and 1700 AD. This was the physical destruction of the Hindu civilization, and Will Durant, a famous historian, has described the Mohammedan conquest of India is probably the bloodiest story in history. The Islamic historians and scholars have recorded with great glee and pride these slaughters of Hindus, forced conversions, abduction of Hindu women and children to slave markets, and the destruction of temples that were carried out by warriors of Islam during 800 to 1700 AD. Millions of Hindus were converted to Islam by sword during this period, and millions more were raped and murdered and dismembered. And the Islamic law prescribed for Hindus, as conveyed by Khilji, is described that Hindus are like mud. If silver is demanded from them, they must with greatest humility offer gold. If a Mohammedan desires to spit into a Hindu's mouth, the Hindu should open it wide for that purpose. God created Hindus to be slaves for the Mohammedans. The Prophet hath ordained that if the Hindus do not accept Islam, they should be imprisoned, tortured, and finally put to death, and their property confiscated. To keep Hindus in abasement is especially a religious duty because they are the most inveterate enemies of the Prophet. So you can see how barbaric the Islamic invasions were. And because of these Islamic invasions, you'll see how many Hindus were killed during this time. Over 200 million Hindus were slaughtered by the Muslim invaders. Over 100,000 temples were destroyed, and over 1 million deities and sculptures were destroyed. And it's described, the conquering armies burnt villages, devastated the land, plundered people's wealth, took Brahmins and children and women of all classes captive, flogged them with thongs of rawhide, carried a moving prison with them, and converted the prisoners to obsequious Turks. The next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization came with the British occupation. This was between 1700 and 1947 AD. This was the economic and psychological destruction of the Hindu civilization. Again, Will Durant has described that, I have seen a great people starving to death before my eyes. I am convinced that this exhaustion and starvation are due not, as their beneficiaries claim, to overpopulation and superstition, but to the most sordid and criminal exploitation of one nation by another in all recorded history. Here you can see the photos of children who were victims of the artificial famines imposed by the British. And the British occupation, during the British occupation, the British Empire used all possible means to destroy Hindu and civil cultural institutions in order to delegitimize and demoralize the indigenous people of India so that they would become slaves in their own homeland. This included discriminatory laws to instill feelings of racial inferiority, engineering artificial famines to starve the natives into submission, annexing Hindu kingdoms to undermine the native rule, mistranslating Hindu scriptures to instill anti-Hindu narratives, destroying the indigenous Gurukul education system, which was the backbone of the Hindu civilization, and destroying the local industries and forcing importation of British goods, and also banning Indians from owning or producing firearms. And during the British occupation, over $45 trillion was looted from India over the course of 200 years, and 45 million Hindus were put to death due to artificial famines and imposed poverty by the British, and over 680 native kingdoms were usurped by the British Raj. Sashi Tharoor of the Indian Parliament has described that the British came to one of the richest countries of the world, and over 200 years of exploitation, looting, and destruction reduced it to a poster child of third world poverty. Next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization came with the secularization of India after the independence of India from the British occupation between 1947 and current day. And this has been ruled by brown faces, British attitudes, and policies towards Hindus. And Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, has described, what a disgusting, savage people we are. Politics, progress, socialism, communism, science, where are they before this black religious savagery? India can never be a Hindu republic. And B.R. Ambedkar, the first law minister and principal architect of the Indian Constitution, has described, if Hindu Raj does become a fact, it will no doubt be the greatest calamity for this country. No matter what the Hindus say, Hinduism is a menace to liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is incompatible with democracy. Hindu Raj must be prevented at any cost. These were two of the nation's first leaders, and yet they had a very clear anti-Hindu narrative. And the modern Indian legal system, academia, and media all systematically also undermine, suppress, and delegitimize the Hindu institutions and culture. The Indian Constitution has established government control and taxation over Hindu temples, while other temples, schools, and other institutions, while other religions are free from this interference. And Articles 26 through 30 of the Indian Constitution discriminates against Hindus by giving special rights and benefits to non-Hindus. This includes government benefits and scholarships. And Hindu kingdoms and self-governance has also been abolished after the secularization of India. And anti-superstition laws have been passed to criminalize Hindu practices and rituals. And mainstream Indian academia describes Hindus as sexist, racist, backwards, and oppressors, and negative media portrayals do the same, and both in Bollywood and in TV. And media narratives have been used to stereotype and demoralize Hindus. Bollywood and other mainstream media outlets consistently portray Hindu gods and gurus as cartoonish, dishonest, corrupt sex fiends, and in a manner that is similar to the British imperial propaganda. Media narratives are used to shape human consciousness and further political agenda. The racist British colonial stereotypes portraying Hindus as superstitious, backwards, dishonest, corrupt, are profound successors in modern day India, completely unabated. Here you can know Hindus, Hindu gurus, and Hindu gods in Indian media. So now let us look at the revival of the Hindu nations. The vision that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has given for the Hindu civilization, described during the time of the Mahabharata, the Hindu nation, is for reviving this whole life of enlightened civilization and all the great things it has to offer to the world. This is, of course, as they be revealed, the responsibility of Hindus to protect the science of enlightenment and Sanatana Hindu Dharma, bringing legitimacy to all the offerings Sanatana Hindu Dharma has and sharing it with the whole world is the purpose of this Kailasa, the Hindu nation. Kailasa is a revival of the cosmic constitution. Kailasa is the model nation of how enlightened civilization should be living and administered. Politics, judiciary, education, economy, everything will be revived as Paramashiva revealed in the Vedagamas, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma scriptures. Being one of the most persecuted civilizations, Hinduism is on the brink of extinction, such that the next generation may know about Hinduism only through our history books. So what can we do to stand up for Hindu civilization and all that it has offered to the world? What can we do to fulfill the responsibility that we have taken as Hindus, that we have given a commitment to, but when we were given this Hindu birth? Today, Hinduism is a political orphan. The preservation and restoration of Hinduism's spiritual and cultural heritage is impossible without a national identity. So what can we do to save Hinduism? As they be revealed, after being given this Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, we have forgotten the responsibility that we have taken due to Maya, due to delusion. So now it is our responsibility to reclaim our Hindu identity. You need to understand that Hinduism is responsible for our successful lives. If we are Hindus and we are healthy, wealthy, rich, successful, peaceful, happy, respectable, have a stable family life, have the best mental setup, it is Hinduism that is responsible. It is the Hindu identity that is responsible for this. It is our Hindu scriptures that are responsible for this. It is the Hindu scriptures which have given us the best mental setup. All the best things that we Hindus have are due to our Hindu scriptures. And Hindus are among the richest and most successful ethnic communities in the world. Our Hindu scriptures, our Hindu lifestyle, our enlightened masters are responsible for this. Hindu thought currents are responsible for this. And here's just one example of how successful Hindus are across the globe. In the Hindustan Times, it was reported that Hindus are the most educated religious group in the US, according to Pew study reports. So now it is time to reclaim our Hindu identity. It is not just the anti-Hindu elements being active. It is the responsible Hindus being inactive that is responsible for this whole destruction of Hinduism. Let us now take the responsibility for Hinduism and let all the Hindus all over the world reclaim our Hindu identity. As they be revealed, it is our responsibility as Hindus, those who have been given the Uttamottama birth of Hindu birth, to protect Hinduism, to protect the science of living enlightenment. Let us look at more about the responsibility of Hindus. It is the responsibility of Hindus to revive this enlightened civilization again and again and give all the gifts of the enlightened civilization for humanity. That is why we were given this Uttamottama birth of Hindu birth. The revival of the enlightened civilization, the Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is the survival need of humanity. So this is an invitation to all the Hindus out there, those who are born Hindus, practicing Hindus, those who are sympathetic towards Hinduism, those who are curious about Hinduism, those who want to explore and enjoy Hinduism. Please come and be a part of the revival of Kailasa. You can sign up today to be a member of Kailasa, an e-citizen of Kailasa, by visiting kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-Kailashian. You can avail all the benefits that Hinduism has offered to the world and share it with the world by becoming an e-Kailashian. So now let us listen to what the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself has revealed as the need for Kailasa, the only Hindu nation.
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like the great power manifestation science, the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, the ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music, in every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world, empowering, enlightening, enriching the world, contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. O humanity, I request you with folded hands, some one corner of the world, if you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected. Not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute. and I will continue to contribute as long as I am allowed to live. I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power and sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected, and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all these scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing these whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than 1 cup of curd rice every day. That's all. A cup of curd rice per day over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world. I can make the world better place to live. That's all I have to say. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? I am only interested in contributing. If we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university to decode the ages and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding, writing notes on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making animals manifest powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution, contribution, contribution.
Now that we've understood from the Supreme Pontiff himself what is the need for Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, you can go ahead and sign up to become an e-citizen of Kailasa, an e-Kailashian, by visiting kailasa.org. And you can enjoy all the benefits that Hinduism has and share it with the world. Now, we will be concluding this portion of the program, and we'll be entering into the next segment, the offerings segment, where we will understand how we can offer our love and gratitude to Devi Parashakti. As all of us know, Devi has been continuously manifesting during this time to bless us, guide us, and protect us during this pralaya, during this pandemic. So if you would like to offer your love and gratitude to the Divine Cosmic Mother, manifesting through Swamiji, you are welcome to stay tuned for this next segment, where we will understand what are the available offerings that you can make to Devi. So an offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, the giving and the accepting. Only when the divine accepts when offers, the offering becomes complete. An offering is not made out of fear nor out of greed. But when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela, played out for the only purpose of enlightenment. And the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti translates: moonlight face, holding the Vedas in one hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments, in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. This is from the Mulagama Manonmani Dhyana, and it continues on. I meditate on Devi with three eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. So you'll see that many of these offerings in this segment are made in gold, and there is a great significance of gold as it is considered a divine element. And it is described in the Atharvaveda, the origins of gold. Triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. And gold is considered a divine element in Hinduism. It purifies anything that it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightenment. And the vibration of gold has a power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all of our scriptures, including the Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is one of the most auspicious and purest elements, which purifies our very being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual fees were even offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of kingdoms were even built with huge doors of gold. These streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold, and horses and cows were even dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold, in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. And gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. And temples were constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightened energy for thousands of years. It lasts forever. So the first offering that we have is the E-Hundi offering, the offering of a general donation. And this is just like you would do in any temple that you might visit. You will just offer a few dollars in the hundi just to offer your love and gratitude to the divine. And now Kailasa has made this very simple for you to do online now that we are all staying at home. You can offer your gratitude to Devi Parashakti, to Swamiji through the E-Hundi offering. And it's described that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion, and she can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. If there is any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn, and here it is not the autumn, the season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards, and the role of the divine becomes much more known and clearly understood, and the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti and offer your kanika, and your name shall be chanted during the puja. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution. So it's stated that the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So you can offer your Sankalpa, your conscious resolution, and be blessed with the fruition of all your desires and wishes and whatever that you yearn for. The next offering that we have available is the Sahasranama Svarana Kasu, the gold coin inscribed with the various names of Devi Parashakti. And each of these names is not just a name, but rather a divine quality of Devi Parashakti, whether it's her overflowing compassion or her infinite knowledge, whichever aspect of Devi Parashakti you connect to, you can offer that inscribed on a gold coin. And this is a very special offering, and it is a unique archana that is offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So this described Devi is described as Namaparayana, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. So you can offer a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. And you can offer as many gold coins as you would like in various sizes. And you can receive the blessings to have all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine auspicious qualities of Devi Parashakti awakened in you. Next offering is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And Devi is very well known to be adorned and very fond of pearls. And of course, the pearl represents the overflowing compassion of Devi. And in this verse, it describes, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So when you offer the Muktanguti, the finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed to be showered by Devi Parashakti's overflowing compassion and love in all of your business endeavors. The next offering that we have is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And it's described in the Kamikagama that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. There are hundreds of scriptural references for the use of the lotus in the worship of Paramashivoham. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship with the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus berry cap, and the lotus flower. The lotus is a divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus ready to bloom. So you can offer the golden lotus in any size that you wish and be blessed to have the state, space, and powers and being of Devi Parashakti and Paramashiva in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. Just like the lotus blooms in the murky waters, you too shall bloom in any situation in your life. The next offering is the Swarnameti, the gold toe ring. And in this verse, it describes the power of Devi Parashakti's very toenails. It states, "You whose brightness from the toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees, who prostrate at your feet, you whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower." So you can see from this verse, just the very toenails of Devi Parashakti have the power to destroy the ignorance in your mind. So you can offer the golden toe ring, the Swarnameti, to the feet of Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of Devi in even the most difficult aspects of your life. The next offering is the Swarna Mantika, the gold hair, and the Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened. And Devi is described as Shuddha Sarabhi Varshini, the one who makes the nectar flow in all nerves from the Sahasrara, the one who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So when you offer the Swarna Mantika to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the overflowing Sahasrara Chakra and the overflowing bliss from your Sahasrara Chakra. So you will be blessed to have the overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion when you offer the Swarna Mantika to the feet of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Panchaprakanism, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us. And in this verse, in the Shloka, in the Saundara Lahari in Shloka 83, it states that the nails of Devi have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamo Guna is darkness. And in this stotram, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. So by offering the Pratiksha Pada Puja, you will be blessed with the most auspicious and sweetest path to enlightenment to attain the ultimate knowledge from the blessings of Devi Parashakti and, of course, Swamiji himself. The next offering is the Vastra Seva, the offering of clothing to the feet of Swamiji during the Pratiksha Pada Puja. So you can offer the Vastra Seva to Swamiji and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings from Swamiji himself. So here you can see the list of the various offerings, the Ihundi offering, the Sankalpa chanting, the Devi Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the Swarna Metti, the Swarna Mantika, the Pratiksha Puja, and the Vastra Sevam. So you can make whichever offering that you would like, and it is a very simple process. You can visit kailasamailer.com/seva. So we will be going to that website shortly and guiding you through the process of making your offering. So we can visit kailasamailer.com/savas, and we can guide you through how to make your offering. You can also visit tiny.cc/bhavasmati to fill out your intention form if you are interested in making an offering but still need some help manifesting, or you would like some more details. You